the path to success is not a straight line. That's the last thing. Success is a big fucking, it starts off like, oh, I'm doing good, and then it gets all screwed up, and you end up like way below where you want to be. You're high flying one day, you're fucking bipolar. Like that is the path to success. It is a bipolar freaking train wreck that somehow you glean beauty from. What's up, guys? Want to say hello and make a little video about handling frustrations in your life. So, fun fact, you see how this isn't like crazy blurry anymore? I found out that it's not just that my phone sucks, just the camera was smudged. You know how long that took me to figure that out? A bunch of my last videos were like all smudgy and stuff, so that's why. It was all fucked up, that's why. So anyways, I wanted to make a video about handling frustrations in life because I personally have been very frustrated and kind of been very down on myself recently because I want to be so much further ahead from where I am, and I think that breeds contempt for life as a whole, and I just want to share how some tools that are helping me to get by things, and hopefully that helps you guys as well. So in life, I think that we all have our dreams, we all have our aspirations that we want to achieve, but what happens is that we get discouraged constantly because it's very hard not to. You know, you look around the world, you have things happen that you don't foresee, you have these obstacles come up, you have these challenges, you have all this shit that happens in your life that you can't account for. There's a great quote, and it goes something like, while you plan for it, life happens. And there's nothing more true than that, you know? I mean, I didn't plan on certain people dying in my life. I didn't plan on, losing jobs or some of the crazy trauma, emotional stuff that I have from my past happening to me. You know, I didn't have, there was no way I could have planned for all those things, right? And they all caused setbacks in my life. So I just want to share with you a little tool bag that I use to kind of overcome things like that. And I'm hoping that it helps you guys as well. So basically, when I look back over my life, there's been a lot of difficulties, right? There's been a lot of things that I didn't enjoy and very, very heavy times. My life, I'm not saying that I've had the worst life out there, but there are some pretty significant hits that I've taken and unnormal circumstances that I've had to deal with that have really tested me, really brought me to the limits and put me into very deep holes at times, depression-wise, and, just feelings of just forsakenness. And what I want to share is when you go to the gym, if you are lifting weights, you go to the gym not to just lift your arm by itself, right? You go to the gym to pick up weights and to lift increasingly heavy weights, or for increasingly high sets of reps to build your muscle, right? So when you look at in your life the things that you want to achieve, the odds are you're going to need a lot of muscle to lift the obstacles in your way out of your path to be able to go for your dreams and get what you want. So what I mean by this is that the mental prowess that you need to overcome a lot of things in your life, you're going to have to lift a lot of mental weight. So when you look at your life and you see some of these really stressful times that you have, or difficult emotional times, or whatever it is that you're struggling with, whatever you're trying to overcome that's standing in your way, if you look at all the challenges that you've overcome just to get to where you are right now, I think you may actually be thankful for them, because when other challenges come your way, you're able to overcome them as well. Now in life, we lift increasingly heavy weight, but as long as you don't shy away from what you're lifting, as long as you don't shy away from the problems in your life, and you don't bury yourself running away, whether it's with drinking or drugs or some other form of escapism, if you actually confront your issues head on and you handle them, you gain mental muscle, right? You gain mind muscle. And what happens is that strengthens you to overcome things in your future. So for me, I've been being very frustrated in the last few days because of just some upsets that I've had, some letdowns that I've had take place. And what I've found is that I started to go back into this whole thing. And it's interesting because the path to success, which I do believe that I will be successful, the path to success is not a straight line. That's the last thing. Success is a big fucking, it starts off like, oh, I'm doing good, and then it gets all screwed up, and you end up like way below where you want to be. You're high flying one day, you're fucking bipolar. Like that is the path to success. It is a bipolar freaking train wreck that somehow you glean beauty from. Like and you just keep overcoming the stuff in your way to get there. And that's what I'm finding. So, you know, when I start to feel like, you know, I'm letting myself down, or I'm not where I want to be, or I'm this or I'm that, I realize a lot of the reason behind that is that I'm comparing myself to who I was or where I was yesterday, or even this morning. Like, the way my mind works is that I am so about, do I fucking want this to work or not? Do I want to achieve this or not? You know, I can either go for what I want or make excuses. And I'm so far into that mindset that I beat the shit out of myself like every day. And if you're built like me and you have the kind of dreams that I do, and how far I would like to go in life, and the lifestyle I want to live, and, you know, the changes I want to be able to make in this world, and this, that, and the other, I assume you probably beat yourself up more. And it's almost like that's what pushes you to achieve so much, because you're one of the biggest under overachievers. I don't know how it goes. Under overachiever maybe, which basically means that you overachieve at all times. You're better than 90% of the people out there, but you feel like shit. And as if you're never doing your best, and you're never being able to do good enough. And it's always the man in the mirror, or the woman in the mirror that you're fighting with, that causes that. So, getting back to what I want to talk about. So, I've been feeling really frustrated about where certain things are, and realizing that I compared myself to where I was yesterday. I sat down and I compared myself to where I was last year. And if you go a year back in my videos, one day I'll really share some of the really deep stuff that was going on at those times. But if you go back a year, I was broke as fuck. I had like nothing going for me. Living on like a porch turned into a bedroom. I had just lost like everything. Lost the house, lost the business, lost freaking... I gotta stop saying lost, but, you know, I had to shut down everything, and I was living in pretty much a pseudo life, just depressed as shit, having no idea what I wanted to do, still having the same dreams without any means to go for them, and trying to pull myself out of like this really deep depression. And it's like, for me to have a few off days here and there, that's fucking fine, you know? And I think what's important is to just better yourself by 1%. Just 1% a day. Because if you better yourself by 1% a day in 100 days, you're 100% better, right? So again, going back to the gym, using that metaphor for life, if you're lifting weights, do one more rep. That's it. Measure it, because what you measure can improve. Measure your reps. Measure what you're doing in life. Like if you have a sales job, measure the phone calls you're making, and just make one more than yesterday, right? Keep improving by 1%, and look at the progress over the last 100 days. Because every 100 days, you're going to be 100% better. And I think that we forget that very often in life, and we forget the challenges that we've overcome to get where we are because we're constantly enveloped in the now and the future. Very often, we don't recognize the past and where we actually come from and how difficult the challenges were to get us to where we are. So I would venture to guess, if you are not somebody who runs away from your problems, which probably is not who you are if you're watching this channel, I would venture to guess that you have overcome some serious shit in your life, and the issue is that you look around your surroundings now and you just focus on the one brick in the wall of your life that's missing. And once you get that brick in place, you just focus on the next brick that's missing, because that's all you can see, which on one hand will make you grow a lot, but on the other will get you pretty miserable by living your life by that ideology. So the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys is that whatever it is that you want, just take one step after another towards it. That's it. That's one of the secrets. You just keep stepping towards it. You don't look at how far it is away and just sit there glum, like basically looking at the mountain of what it is that you want to achieve and how far you have to go to get there and what you have to climb and overcome. Stop looking at all of that as if it's 100 miles away and just take a step towards it. Because even if it is 100 miles away, that is a certain amount of steps away. You know, wherever you're sitting right now, if there's a door around you, take a look, see how far the door is around. Fuck. My name's Josh and I don't talk. Take a look at how far the door is away from you and reach out your hand towards it. Try to reach it. You won't be able to, right? Because you're not near the door. Well, take a step towards that door and reach again. You're not going to be able to reach it because you're still not close enough. But if you keep taking steps towards that door, and yes, you may deviate sometimes. You may take a step backwards at times or take a step to the left or to the right. If you constantly just remind yourself of what it is that you want, I mean, put a picture on your steering wheel. Do whatever it is that you need to do to just remind yourself what you're doing and why you're doing it, and you just take one step every day, eventually you'll be at that door to open up, to see behind it and see what it is that you've wanted this entire time is right behind that door, but you had to take all the steps necessary to get there. And as we get frustrated and as we get depressed about where we are currently, if we look back over the journey and look at it in a good light and see all the shit that we've overcome to get as close as we currently are to the door, a lot of times that door is a hell of a lot closer than it was if we never took those steps. And I think that we just have to remind ourselves that every day. So for me feeling frustrated and whatnot, I don't really have to. I'm so much farther on this damn journey than where I was. If you look again 1 year ago at the videos I was making, it's just an awesome thing. And it's like, you know, I keep making these videos for you guys. You know, I know that I don't post all the time and stuff, but it's like I want to create something for people to come across when I am where I want to be in life. And people look at me and they're like, how the fuck do I get there? And how do I make this happen? How do I make that happen? You know, this guy maybe had something handed to him or this, that, and the other. It's like I want people to be able to look back and see where I came from, you know, and see that the things that I talked about, I did achieve. And realize that, you know, be able to kind of like chronologically, if they want, to watch all the videos and realize, dude, there were days when I was depressed as shit going after this. There were days when, you know, I just wanted to totally give up. There were days when I would wake up and have anxiety about how much I don't like where I am and how much I want, and you know, the fact that I feel like I'm working all the time for absolutely nothing, just working to just pay bills and do whatever, but at the same time see the videos like last Christmas, you know, burning the candle at both ends and working on computers late into the night because it was a side hustle I had going on just to try to continue to pay for things and, get ahead financially, and, the investment that I put in that day with, some of the only money that I had at the time, all the stuff that I've shared on this channel. I want people to be able to see this, to give others hope, as we're all trying to pursue what it is that we want, and not just live for absolutely nothing and just work. I just want to give encouragement to you guys. So when I'm feeling like shit and I make a video like this, hopefully it's encouragement for you. Anyways, best of luck on your journey, guys. I'll talk to you soon.